Hi, it's Cindy Tells It Like It Is. Let's talk. Oh, and by the way, Mayor Pete, so glad to see you're following me on TikTok. I'm so honored. Woohoo! I'm a big fan. Anyway, so I was listening to the Bulwark and some of the focus groups of Trump voters who voted for Biden first and then voted for Trump and how they're feeling about things. And I tell you what, it doesn't make me feel very encouraged because it's just a lot of our citizens have just sort of see a limited scope of what actually is going on, and it's a little bit discouraging. And they see their perception is that Biden did absolutely nothing, which wasn't true. I mean, he really did a lot: infrastructure, chips, all kinds of bills. Things got passed, but man, he did not make enough noise. We now know that to be the true failure of communication that it was. He just didn't get out there. And I don't think that was his talent. And so people are now feeling like, whoa, hey, this is so cool. Trump's doing a bunch of stuff. But, oh yeah, you know what that reminds me of? You know the smash and grab guys who go crash windows and steal stuff off the shelves of stores? That's what this is like. Elon being the smash and grab guy. So yeah, does it feel like they're doing a lot? Because there's executive order here, executive order here, executive order here. But what I want to challenge you people to think about, are these good executive orders? Because half of them are pretty much shit, tell you the truth, and are going to really, really hurt you down the road. But you're not looking at that, you're just looking at all the buzz of activity. It's like a big beehive over there in the White House. But take a closer look. Take a closer look. Then I heard one person say, oh yeah, Elon is getting in there, discovering all the fraud and waste that our taxpayer dollars don't want to go towards. Really? How do you know he's discovering fraud and waste? He's just everything's on the chopping block. There has not been enough time to do an audit of a government agency. Think about that. So no, he's not discovering fraud and waste. They're just putting up, BS stuff. And trying to convince you. Because here's what they do really well. They tell you something and insist upon it and really drive it home. And might not be true. Half the time it isn't, and 3/4 of the time it isn't. But they tell you and tell you and tell you, and their news media tells you and tells you and tells you, and finally you're just sort of thinking it like a zombie into the apocalypse. But it really all deserves a much closer look. And I think people ought to start thinking about, well, they're chopping apart, taking apart our government. It's on the chopping block, like I said, cut, smash, chainsaw. And what do we want to remain of that government? There are parts of government that work for you. I think what they did to Social Security, getting rid of offices and making it so our elderly can't phone in and do stuff. I mean, seriously, is that a pain that needs to be inflicted? Like, did they really have to do away with the cap on insulin? No, really? Is that a pain you want inflicted on the American people? How about the Department of Education? My congresswoman says she supports DOJ's cuts to the education department, but I can tell you what, my little county counted on $55 million worth of financial distribution from the federal government. That's in my school district. So, okay, you tell me. I saw a show the other day where they were showing the delta of what all these states got for their education in their state. There's no way they're going to be able to make this up. So think about what's going on. Don't just be impressed by, the flurry of activity, smash and grab. And what is it that's being cut? Pay closer attention. What's being cut? Who's being cut, then brought back, then whatever. And what effect, find out, what effect is this going to have on your community? We've already seen veterans start to protest. We're going to see people protesting all over the place or calling in about their parents and Social Security, because that's really going to be a debacle. And this education department is going to be a debacle as well, and a real damaging blow to states. I mean, strangely enough, especially red states like mine, which doesn't have a really top-notch education program in the first place. It's not well funded, it's not well distributed. We have the winners and the losers in our education system down here, and it's just going to make the losers worse losers. So and that is just un-American and really sad. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.